8:30 from WLS in Chicago. You know, the best candy on Earth, regardless of size, comes from Mars. Would you really believe that? You think, it's the candy company, Mars. All right. Junior bars in the polyethylene bag of regular bars, one at a time, by Mars.
The bright sound, the brightest sound, the brightest sound around, the brightest sound in town is here in Chicago. WLS.
Every day is a holiday with the bright sound of Summertime 64 and the news 58 times each day here at Channel 89 WLS Radio in Chicago.
Cold, Golden Budweiser. That Bud, that's beer.
Hey, you bet your life it is. We said that we'd donate a little portion of our show here, as short as it is, to a kind of a happy birthday to a feller named, well, I think you know his name, don't you, huh? Yes! His name happens to be Paul McCartney. Hey, now, come on, let's keep the yuck girl out of here. His name happens to be Paul McCartney, and this happens to be a birthday of his today, and I want to acknowledge many cakes and things that came through, because I think so many Beatle fans were, of course, aware of the fact that they were totally unable to get a cake or any kind of birthday greetings off to him for his birthday today. But Paul, of course, as everybody knows, is left-handed, and many people decided they were going to be left-handed today. I'm left-handed the rest of the year, so I thought I'd be right-handed for the day. That didn't work out either. Paul is known as the cute one. His favorite color is blue, and his favorite record goes like this. Thank you, Brother Paul. 26 before 9. Here's Ringo Ron with you with a bit of a birthday celebration for one there who happens to be in Australia with the rest of the boys on a good tour. These boys have to lead a pretty sheltered life, too, whether you know it or not, because I realize so many of you have asked and said, and as I've mentioned before on other shows, so many of you said, is it going to be possible to meet the Beatles when they come into town? We want to see them. Will there be a press conference or anything like that? But you don't realize, since they've become popular, their lives have made them virtually prisoners, you know, with their fame. They're smuggled in and out of theaters and back passages in order to avoid being mobbed. They can't even eat out in public or go to a movie for fear of being recognized and creating a riot. You know, what good's a squash Beatle? So you have to be kind of careful. And even when they want to go to the movie, they've set up some private theaters, and the guys have to be herded off, and that's the way they live. So they're prisoners of their own fame. Romance, of course, is out. They go here and there, and they have dates, but of course, a lot of the fans wouldn't like it too much if the boys were seriously involved romantically. And they've made a vow really not to be, with the exception of the one married Beatle. They've made a vow not to be, and they turned around, and if they do, sometime while they're up on the top like they are right now, well, they'll let the world know about it first. It's 24 before 9 o'clock, 87 WLS degrees. Have a love affair.
Have a love affair.
Be kissed.
Have a love affair.
Be kissed.
Have a love affair with the sun.
And be kissed with a golden Bain de Soleil tan. Bain de Soleil, first choice at smart clubs and resorts. Dark in color, rich in oils, Bain de Soleil gives moisturizing protection, too. And for sunning away from the beach, try new white, non-oily Bain de Soleil. Wear it with sports clothes. It won't stain. There's no tan like a Bain de Soleil tan. Rich, deep, long-lasting. Get Bain de Soleil by Antoine. Famous dark and new white, non-oily.
Have a love affair with the sun.
Bain de Soleil.
So we're not doing too horribly much in honor of Paul's birthday, with the exception of playing some of his not only favorite records that the Beatles have cut, but some of the ones that he takes lead in or sings solo in for you. We have a lot of cakes around here, and I'm going to thank the people who brought them in just a moment or two. I want to open the window for just a half a second because Bruce is out here, and he's such an avid anti-Beatles fan. Bruce, crowd's out there in the alleyway looking up at him as usual. Bruce, I just wonder if you'd come into the studio for just a minute and, like, say happy birthday to Paul or something.
What are you kidding? I'd never come in. I'd never say happy birthday to him and
Close the window, please. Oh, boy. What a sickie, huh? That boy is really crackers, like right out of the clock. He wouldn't even do it, for a friend, for a pal.
Sounds like summer.
4.
Summer. The good sound of summer.
Summertime, summertime.
A good time. WLS presents the good sound of summer.
Have a full look at the weather forecast coming up for you in just a moment or two, but right now, here's Paul, and he sings A Taste of Honey.
A taste of
20 minutes before 9 o'clock, Art Roberts at 9 tonight, and he's going to have a bit of a Paul salute for you later on, too. We're going to acknowledge some of the cakes here as we cut into them, but right now, let's get something to go along with it.
Hey! How about a nice Hawaiian punch?
Pardon me?
How about a nice Hawaiian punch?
Oh, okay. Hey, that's real fruit juice.
I think so. Think it's good. Think it's good. Let's see. We have a cocoa-colored Happy Birthday Paul cake that came in for me and Bruce Watson. By the way, get this. It's spelled out on top with Paul's favorite food, Kraft cheese slices. Anyway, it came in from, you're kidding, Kid and Caboodle and the Beatles 6. All right, also, Corinne and Gail brought in a couple of cakes. One is for Paul, and the other was St. Vincent's Orphanage for St. Vincent's. We called in some people from St. Vincent's that are coming in a little later on and pick up a few cakes, too, because really there is a lot more than I can eat, and Art, even more than Mort Krim can eat. He's away on vacation. If he knew about the cakes, he'd be back, I'll tell you that. This is a pretty one, white and pink frosting. Over here in the corner, let's see, yeah, another great-looking pink and white cake from Peggy and Roberta, and they brought it all the way from Wheaton, Illinois by train, which I think was very, very wonderful. Another chocolate one. I don't know who it came from. Happy birthday, Paul, it says. WLS radio, guitar in it. Yeah. All written in blue with pink flowers and a big picture of Paul on it. Sue and Dorothy, Art will tell you about that one because Ed has a beautiful cake that came into him this afternoon, and he'll tell you about that. There's a lot of parties going on. Let's see, I had part of a Paul cake sent in by Denise and Roseanne of Toluca, Illinois. And an Angel Food from Schools Unincorporated, Julie Watt in Broadview, and Denise Miller brought it along with a beautiful tie tack and some nose plugs here to wear when Lovely's around. I think it's very nice here. I'm more than appreciated. All of the cakes, and I know the kids at St. Vincent's are going to really like them, too.
Oh, Frankie!
He's fabulous Frankie, a great big living dream, and when he passes, just listen to him scream.
Oh, Frankie! But in the close-ups, he's kind of yeah.
His breath is bad, and man, that's sad, because he could be the greatest lover that this world has ever seen if he'd get wise to that gum Dentine.
Dentine?
Dentine. Cleans your breath when you haven't got a brush.
When I haven't got a brush.
Dentine.
Dentine.
Now let's pause while we change the scene.
I got the message. Now I chew Dentine.
Hey there, Frankie. Your breath is so clean.
Now he's the greatest lover that the world has ever seen.
Thank you, buddy, for the tip on Dentine.
Sure, it cleans your breath when you haven't got a brush. Dentine.
Dentine?
Dentine.
Now, fabulous Frankie, he's a living dream. And in the close-ups,
Oh, Frankie.
thanks to Dentine.
Dentine?
Dentine cleans my breath when I haven't got a brush.
Frankie.
Get him, honey.
Yes, dear.
Shut up.
All right. 17 before 9. Ron Riley here, and here's Bouncy back.
Close your eyes.
8:45 in the windy city of Chicago, here on Old Paul's 22nd birthday. 87 at Midway. It's 83 at O'Hare. 86 downtown at Grant Park. The humidity is 57. Partly cloudy skies, warm and humid. Thunder showers likely. Low tonight in the lower 70s. Tomorrow over the windy city of Chicago should be sunny, less humid, and not quite so warm, with a forecasted high tomorrow in the upper 80s. Now, the drummer's name is Ringo. Man, he has a real fab beat. The story of the Beatle Boys here, if I may. Starts out as, have you heard about the Fabulous Beatles, the four lads from Liverpool? If you haven't, let me tell you, they're a group that's real cool. The drummer's name is Ringo. Man, he has a fab beat, and unless you're real crackers, you'll say he's terribly neat. His real name is Richard Starkey, but he's changed it now to Star. He's a blue-eyed only child with a nose that sticks out far. Paul McCartney's the cute one. He plays the bass guitar and vies for popularity with drummer Ringo Starr. Jane Asher is his girlfriend, and some say that they're engaged, but if they are, they'll send his fans into a fit of rage. George Harrison is the quiet one. He plays the lead guitar. and he likes to spend his extra time driving a new Jaguar. He created the Beatles haircut when he couldn't find a comb. We're also glad he lost it. If he had it, wouldn't he be known? John Lennon's the married boy. He wears no wedding ring. He and Beatle Paul together write the songs they sing. Jell-O is his favorite food. His favorite color is green. He hates to wear his glasses, but does when he's not seen. And now you've heard of the Beatles, so what are you going to do? You're going to go out and buy their records and be a Beatle fan. That's true. Thank you, Sharon Holt, for that one.
Figaro, 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 Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro.
It's new. And Figaro. Figaro in cologne, aftershave, and soap. Men's toiletries with a continental air from Monsieur Lanvin. Yes, the same wonderful Lanvin you know so well now brings you grooming accessories made for a man. Toiletries so new he can't possibly already own them. Introduce your man to Monsieur Lanvin. This Father's Day, ask for...
Figaro, 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 Figaro.
From Monsieur Lanvin.
Will do. Good evening, Ron Riley on a Thursday night in Chicago. Let's move on with another Paul-type song, huh? I'm on a at O'Hare 86 at Grand Park, everybody. And I think to kind of make our party a little bit on the complete side, we should pour in some ice-cold Coke.
Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, things go better with Coca-Cola, things go better with Coke. Life is much more fun when you're refreshed. And Coke refreshes you best. It's the refreshingest. Food goes better with, fun goes better with, you go better with Coke. The real life one puts extra fun in you and everything you do. So things go better with Coca-Cola, things go better with Coke.
Well, last cake, I forgot to tell you about this little note came in from a bunch of Beatle maniacs who love Paul McCartney, and yesterday...
Okay, you all, you come here. This is Frankenstein speaking, and you better hurry up.
So what I got was a box of mixed-up marble cake, and they cried, but they decided to dedicate it anyway to another worthy cause. This cake is to Bruce Lovely for a happy unbirthday. Let's get that fink in here, okay? Come on. I tell you. Hey, did it. All right, sit in the corner. This makes my nights complete. Till next we see, it's been... Great.
WLS in Chicago.
It's a good time for the good sound of summer. Stay tuned for the Art Roberts Show.
Hi there. Am I glad I got rid of my cold so I can come back here? 84 is the temperature. Let's get started because entertainment is my business, and we have a Kleenex for you right here. That's a good way to get started, with the Beach Boys and their big smash called Night Get Around, and we're in business on the Art Roberts Show here on WLS 890 in Chicago.
Introducing Mary Wells, Miss Hitmaker USA. Introducing an album of Mary Wells' 12 greatest hits.
You beat me to the
These are the songs of young America, performed by the young and versatile talents of Mary Wells in a new album of hits like What's Easy for Two, The One Who Really Loves You, You Beat Me to the Punch, Two Lovers, and...
Nothing you can say can tear me away from my God.
It's the old story of love, but an updated version in tune with the times. It's an album collection of the wishes, dreams, and desires of every young American. Mary Wells' greatest hits. If you haven't met her, introduce yourself today at your record dealers. Just ask for Mary Wells' greatest hits. If not available, send $3.98 to Douglas Sales Box 5909, Chicago. That's Douglas Sales Box 5909, Chicago, Illinois.
All right, old chap there. As we all know, it's a happy birthday, Paul McCartney's birthday today. People are celebrating all over, and I even got invited to a party in my neighborhood. Just a neighborhood party. And I wish I could have made it, except I had to be downtown, so I'd leave early. Came down here around noon, one of those things. But anyway, there's just parties all over, and it's really too many to mention. We will mention some of them, or as many as we can in the course of the evening. Anyhow, but everybody's sort of celebrating. And they had some pretty fab ways. For instance, the Fab Foursome. They called up and they said, yeah, they made a cake, and they had 22 candles, and they had the candles spell out Paul, on there. And then, they had a birthday that way, which is really, I asked them if they baked the cake. They said, no, they don't know how to bake. Everybody knows how to bake. You buy a box of mix and a funny little can, and you got a pan, and you pour it. Ralph even knows how to bake. Sure. He once made the most delicious, the most carrot pie you've ever tasted in your life.
You love Doublemint gum. Double good Doublemint gum. Double fresh flavor, double smooth too. Mint double delightful to stew. You love Doublemint gum. Get double everything rolled into one. You love Doublemint gum. Double good Doublemint gum. Get double everything rolled into one. You love Doublemint gum. Double good Doublemint gum.
All right, old chap, let's kind of scoot along here in the Art Robert Show and call on Millie Small and a great big hit that she has, My Boy Lollipop.
My boy lollipop.
I want to say a very, very big happy birthday that goes out to Richard Willis, and a happy birthday to Margie Zaccardi. The gals softball team of Cullum, Illinois, beat Chatsworth 54-1. Softball 54-1? Oh, that was after one inning. Then they got called because of rain. If they would have played more, you would have had a good score, You're putting me on with that one. Happy birthday to Mary, who is all of 16, and all the gang at Jane's party who met, and they're all having themselves a great big time. And get well to Michelle, who's in the hospital and not feeling so well, and, like we all feel for you there. 84 is the temperature that we have here in the Chicagoland area. I want to talk about something which, Monday, before I got clobbered by the flu bug, we were sort of getting acquainted with, and it was a brand new sponsor called Business Methods Institute. And we went to visit them last week, and I got all excited about what they had to offer you. And I think that if you're a high school graduate, if you're getting out of high school now, and you're kind of thinking about, hey, what should I do? And let's face something, there's an awful lot of emphasis going on, like, got to go to school, right, after you get out of high school. Well, that's right. But you have to decide for yourself what you want to get into. And that's where a place like Business Methods Institute at 111 North Wabash Avenue can really come in handy because, pardon me, they're going to teach you a brand new... 5 years ago, you couldn't go to a school like this because they didn't have what they have to offer now. They teach you this. They teach you data processing, right? Computer programming. Oh, these are new words. Key punch operator. And now, this all has to do with automation, with machines that think. Only you have to outthink that machine. And one of the most fascinating thing is a programmer. Now, this is the last step. See, the programmer... let me explain it to you if I can. Let's say I was a businessman and I came to you with a problem. I said, look, we get so much inventory, and we have so much stock, and I want to know how much stock I have in every city, immediately. Well, then you would, in turn, program a way of feeding information into a machine, into an IBM machine, an electronic brain, as they're called, all right, to bring me any information that I want. And that's what you do. And that's a fascinating job and a very high-paying job. That's the last step, true. All right, but anyway, you learn this. And you start, with the key punch, and you go right through all the machines. They have them all there. It's an air-conditioned place. Grab a pencil, because I want you to call them and find out about it. It's kind of lengthy, and I haven't got the time to explain the whole school to you. But I will tell you this. This is a growing industry. I mean a growing industry. Call this number, State 2-1982, 782-1982, and they will clue you in on all the wonderful things that they have. It's called BMI, Business Methods Institute. Their address is 111 North Wabash Avenue. They are very competent, and they're very sincere in what they do for you. So call them up right now. 782-1982. I mean it. Call them now, because they do want to talk to you. I'll give you the number again. 782-1982. 84 is our temperature, and the song, oh, let's latch on to the Searchers and Don't Throw Your Love Away.